Peacemaker Season 2 is set in the DCU. Scratch that. No, it's not. It's set in the DCEU. To start. Nothing makes sense. So obviously one of the biggest mysteries and one of the biggest questions going from the DCEU to the DCU is how exactly do they intend to bring characters like Peacemaker, Amanda Waller, and others into the DCU, because there's complexity, since those characters are leftovers and they know each other and they're acknowledging events from that universe, but they're going to be in this universe. James Gunn recently revealed that things are a little bit more complicated when it comes to this. So here's a reply to a fan's idea. Well, first, let's hear the fan's idea. The person said, and I quote, "James Gunn should make Peacemaker the new Psycho Pirate, the only character to remember the old universe, and he keeps trying to explain this to the characters, and they make fun of him, thinking he's making up this story," end quote. Now, in my opinion, I do think they need somebody like that. It would kind of be important if you're keeping some of these elements very much intact and you're going to acknowledge or maybe nod to it. But again, maybe they just want to distance themselves from it, or maybe not. Here's James Gunn's reply. "Well, I wouldn't want the universe shift to be that big a part of the story." Okay, so what he said here is that the universe shift will be addressed. It's just not a big and major part of this story. And then, of course, he did follow up with saying, just, you're going to have to wait and see. So while, yes, it's still going to remain in the DCEU, the story will still obviously be set in that universe and connect to those characters and plot elements. By the time it's over, it definitely looks like the universe shift will be addressed. Now, who knows how they handle this, but what if, and I'm just going to speculate and spitball here, what if Peacemaker Season 2 deals with Peacemaker and maybe a couple other members of the squad attacking, I don't know, some facility in the DC universe doing temporal time stuff, and they just end up in a mirror universe that's close enough? It's easy to address. But yeah, I will agree with most people, this is way bigger of a mess than it needs to be. It's unfortunate because obviously James Gunn wants to keep some of his friends and people he loves working with, like John Cena, here, but let's hope it just works out in the end and we can just move on. Or maybe they're crazy enough and they'll acknowledge the ending of The Flash and just say, "Yup, that happened. Here's your new universe. Don't worry about the old one."